Hello and welcome to Eastern European Gamer. My name is Alex, and this is something slightly different. Being passionate about tech generally means that you fall into the super user category for any given piece of tech. You enjoy going that extra mile, and you don't shy away from things like rooting your Android phone, setting up a complex home network, or installing custom firmware on your favorite console. You have also likely built a computer or two in your day, either for yourself or your friends or family. Being the geek that you are, and hey, more power to you. You also consume a lot of tech news, YouTube videos dealing with the latest releases, reviews from popular and trusted sites, and so on. Therefore, you often come across things that either immediately appear cool, 16-inch MacBook anyone, or are heavily and universally promoted, so heavily and universally promoted in fact, that you can't help but try to get your hands on them yourself. This is what the Geek Tools series of videos is about, trying out cool things that a lot of people speak highly of and seeing if A, they hold up to the hype, and B, make sense in Eastern Europe. For those of you affected with short-term memory loss or some other confounding condition, this is Eastern European Gamer, and things occasionally work differently around here. Sometimes quite differently. So then, let's take an unscripted look at cool things and put them through their paces, see how they measure up. Starting with iFixit. For those of you who might not have heard of it, what is iFixit? Well, starting with our friend Wikipedia, it just tells you that it's a private company run out of California. It started in 2003 when the founder couldn't find a repair manual for an Apple iBook G3 at that point, and presumably got pissed and said, well, you know what, how about we do something about it. It sells repair parts and publishes free wiki-like online repair guides for consumers, for consumer electronics and gadgets. It also performs product teardowns. Now, what does this mean effectively? Well, iFixit will basically provide three kinds of services, or you can break down iFixit into like three different components. First of all, they've got tools, or toolkits rather, which they'll sell you that you use to perform your repair or upgrades or whatever you'd like. So they'll sell you toolkits. They will sell you spare parts, and in some cases, so like the iPhone 7 replacement battery, the iPad Air 2 screen, and so on. The Google Pixel XL screen, and so forth. These are generally not original, these are genuine parts of sufficient quality or of high quality, which you can use to replace your original broken down parts in your gadgets. Now, so then they sell the tools. They'll sell you the replacement parts, and in some cases they'll bundle the tools and replacement parts into so-called upgrade or repair kits, right? So you get for instance, if you look at the screen, then it will just show you, you look at the spare part and then all the tools you'll need to install it for one neat price. Okay, so again, what iFixit does is they'll give you the tools, they'll give you the spare parts, and they will provide for free the guides or the step-by-step instructions on how to do the actual work. In our case, let's look at the Mac Mini RAM upgrade. Okay, there we go, under guides. So the Mac Mini late 2018 memory RAM replacement guide. I've chosen this as an example because I wanted to try out their full range of services, and I have recently bought a Mac Mini, the late 2018 model, and I got the base option when it comes to RAM, because anything more than that makes 0 sense when purchased from Apple. They're asking for, I don't remember exactly, but it's something like going from 8 gigabytes of RAM to 32 gigabytes of RAM was something along the lines of 750 euros, and that's like 850 bucks. It's ridiculous, right? So I have one of these. I recently bought one, and it's got the base version in terms of RAM, 8 gigs of RAM, and I wanted to use iFixit to do the upgrade. And this is where we run into our first issue. So if you check out the parts we'll need, it's pretty straightforward. RAM, I wanted to go for a 32 gigabyte upgrade from 8 to 32. And I obviously need to buy it from the European store, right? Because again, Romania, Europe, Eastern Europe, all that jazz. And this is what it comes up to. Now, just for your understanding, what was it, 360? So 360 euros to USD. Okay, so that's like 400 bucks. That's not, well, let's put it this way. It's unreasonable. So if I go to, I could show you local stores, but let me just do like Amazon.de, which, if you guys didn't know, stands for Germany. So if you check out the RAM that you actually need on Amazon Germany, you go for Amazon Choice, for instance, it's 177 euros. Okay, free delivery. So, right, you'll say, but here you get the RAM and some of the necessary tools, or rather all the necessary tools. Fair enough. And we do want to try out the iFixit service, right? This is the whole point of the video. So then, if we just do Amazon again and just look for iFixit, and let's say we go for the all new, again for the Amazon Choice all new Protect Toolkit, it's about 60 euros, right? So we've got 60 plus 177, so 237 euros. Yeah. So, okay. In this particular example, in this particular case, buying the kit from them, so buying the actual parts you want to replace or upgrade, doesn't make sense. You can buy a full their full Protect toolkit for 60 euros, and you can order your 32 gigabyte kit of RAM for 177 euros, or you can get the whole thing for like 240 euros versus 360. I'm sure that's not always the case. I'm sure that there are other upgrade kits that make sense, and I'm pretty sure that it makes a lot more sense in the US because it's just like $300, right? So it's probably one of these things. Either way, it doesn't make sense to actually buy the the upgrade kit from them. Instead, you should get your own RAM and your Protect toolkit, which is what I did. So let's see. Ever so quickly, the toolkit itself. In a word, noise. It comes in this compact 3-fold wrap secured with Velcro, and it contains pretty much everything you might need for the vast majority of repairs and upgrades you are likely to undertake. It has various plastic and non-conductive metal prying tools, including a suction cup for those pesky screen removals, and a screwdriver set that has all the common and a few uncommon bits, as well as a handy-dandy extension. The lid of the screwdriver set can act as a small screw separating tray, and it fixes back in place with magnets. Neat. I'm following the iFixit Mac Mini RAM upgrade guide setup. And I'm doing it so step by step, so you can check that out if you're interested in the how-to details. So then, let's fast forward through it and see what we think about the experience. Still here? Cool. So how does iFixit measure up around here? Well, it's a bit of a mixed bag. The toolset is great and has become my go-to kit for all things tech repairy. It's portable, has a great selection, and is of sufficient quality that I don't worry about breaking it every time I use it. The guide was also great, giving me step-by-step instructions complete with pictures and just enough detail that I didn't feel insulted without skipping out on the proper sequence of events. The parts? Well, no, that doesn't work here. I checked out several different kits for various projects and they all end up being more expensive than what you could get locally. That being said, I suspect it makes a lot more sense in the US price-wise. So do I recommend iFixit? Yes. Get a toolset, follow the guides, but check with your local retailers before ordering the parts. Depending on where you live, it might make more sense to source things locally. Hope you liked this video, but feel free to let me know in the comments below. If you did, don't forget to hit like and subscribe. Till next time, la revedere!